Well, it's always a lot of fun to talk about some new things, especially with our good friends at Frontier Farm Credit. And joining us to do it now is Duane Maciejewski, who is Senior Vice President of Emerging Markets at Frontier Farm Credit. And we definitely appreciate you joining us today, Duane.
Greg, thanks for having us.
Well, let's first talk about something brand new that Frontier Farm Credit has, and they recently launched a new online loan application for agriculture. So can you tell us about FarmLend?
Oh, I'm glad to, Greg. Thanks for again taking the time to spend with us here. But FarmLend is FarmLend.com is a online real estate application that is available to farmers and ranchers across Frontier Farm Credit's trade area. You know, we've been in business for well over 100 years through our traditional retail offices, and customers reach us through visiting with our financial officers and financial services officers on a face-to-face basis. We also have found as we look into the future, we know that some customers and some buyers of ag real estate and folks that want to refinance ag real estate may want to interact with us digitally. And FarmLend.com is our first foray into that particular avenue of how to do business with customers in a different way.
So let me ask then, what are some of the benefits to using FarmLend?
Oh, it's one of our taglines is we're open farmers hours, meaning that a producer, a buyer, a farmer, a rancher could go on to farmland.com at any time during the day, get information about ag real estate, get information about payments and payment structures. We'll show that later on today. But more importantly, they can actually go online very quickly, either through their desktop, on their iPhone, or on their iPad, those types of things, or tablet, and apply for Frontier Farm Credit financing right there online.
As you can see on the scroll there, it's farmlend.com/get started. Duane Maciejewski is joining us, Senior Vice President of Emerging Markets at Frontier Farm Credit, as we're talking about a brand new application, online loan application called FarmLend.com. So, Duane, how do loans work through FarmLend?
That's a great question. You know, like I said earlier, we've been working in the Frontier Farm Credit area for well over 100 years, and customers of Frontier Farm Credit have become used to working with getting great service out of our local offices, and that doesn't change with FarmLend at all. In fact, it's enhanced because the experience up front, meaning the customer controls that experience. They can apply online when they want, how they want from that side of it. But once that application goes through our underwriting process, the loan is then transitioned to our local office for servicing and closing and ongoing taking care of that customer as we go forward. So to me and to us at Frontier, it's the best of both worlds. They control the front end process, but then they get the local expertise, the local service of our appraisal team, our local service team across eastern Kansas.
So you'd mentioned that the local office services the loan. How long does that process usually take, I guess, from when they first apply for it to if that is approved and it's able to go through?
As far as how long it takes to close the loan?
Yes.
Oh, that kind of varies depending on how much of a hurry the customer's in to get that particular deal done. But we've had the underwriting process can be very quick. The application process is very quick. The appraisal process and the closing process is handled. Typically, it's 3 to 4 weeks from the time that they would apply to the time that the closing would take place in those situations. It can be faster than that if needed. It'd be longer than that if needed, but typically you got to figure about 3 to 4 weeks from the time that the individual would apply to the time that it would close. The process with FarmLend.com, that could be minutes to get that application in and get it into the queue for processing.
Well, the good thing, too, is that going through the local office when they service the loan, that means it's got to be someone that farmer or rancher knows.
That's a lot of our customers have said that, and one of the benefits of the things they really like about FarmLend is that ability to have that local touch, that local customer to know what's going on in that area. If there's something going on with the loan and something on in that area that's a weather-related impact, that down the line something needs to happen with that payment, they know they can reach out to the local office and get great service from there.
Duane Maciejewski, Senior Vice President of the Emerging Markets at Frontier Farm Credit, is joining us. We're talking about a new product, a new online loan application called FarmLend. And as you can see on the scroll at the bottom of the screen, you can go to farmlend.com/get started to get more information. And we're going to look at that here in just a bit. Now, Duane, purchasing farmland, of course, it's no small decision. So what other tools and resources does FarmLend offer to help farmers with their land purchase?
That's a great question, Greg. When we started thinking about putting FarmLend together, we knew that, if you think about the purchase of ag real estate or the refinance of ag real estate, most of our customers are going to do that maybe 3, 4, 5 times in their whole farming or investing career. So we want to make sure that customers and buyers that use FarmLend are well educated and not just the application process. We've built FarmLend to have a significant amount of tools, and I think that's going to come up here on the screen here in a second. But a lot of tools that FarmLend buyers can get into the system, see what's available from a payment structure perspective. All of that can be done on their own time, so they can go in and put different scenarios into our calculator, our loan calculator tool, that will offer out amortizations, offer out different payment structures, offer out those types of things, so that when they're ready to make that buying decision, and buyers from that are using FarmLend can be well informed and ready to go.
Well, let's stop talking about it and take a look at it. And we're joined once again by Duane Maciejewski, Senior Vice President of the Emerging Markets at Frontier Farm Credit. This, of course, is going to the website, farmlend.com/get started. So take me through what we're looking at here, Duane.
Sure. What we have here is our loan payment calculator, and some of the stats that we've collected off of this is this tool is used over 5,000 times a week by different folks in regards to customers of FarmLend or people that are just looking to see what kind of payment options are there. So you can see up here we put a loan amount of $400,000 with an annual payment, a 30-year term at just plugged in a rate of 6%. There it pops up for their annual payment of $29,000, and it breaks down what the total principal and interest is, what the total interest for the whole loan is. There's an amortization schedule that if they click on there, they can see their principal and interest payments on an annualized basis. There's options to do an even pay structure. If a customer wanted to look at a decreasing pay structure, where that's a tab down there, they can click on their semi-annual, all kinds of different options for customers. Again, hoping that planning for customers to be able to go out and be better prepared and make better buying decisions as they get ready to jump into some sort of ag loan purchase or ag farmland purchase.
Yeah, and that's one of the big things is it really depends on the individual operation, what that farmer and rancher feels more comfortable with in this case.
Oh, absolutely, and it gives them that options to look into their cash flow. What can they look at from a affordability perspective? What can they look at in regards to their entire operation, and how would this purchase or this refinance impact their total cash flow? So again, they can make the best decision for their business operation.
Any other tools that you want to look at here on the website, farmland.com?
Well, there's also several in there about FAQs and some learning center things that we can look at. So if FAQs in regards how do land loans work with FarmLend, do you refinance land loans, those types of things. And if you go up into the other tools part with the learning center, there's a significant amount of articles in there about cash flow training. What do I do? What do I do when I found a farm to buy? Now what? What about payment structures? Those types of things. Again, when folks only go through this 4 or 5 times in their lifetime, there's a lot of questions that may come up that they may not want to ask of that particular officer, but they want that information so before they go out and make an application. These particular articles allow folks to be better educated and answer those questions that are on the back of their mind when they're ready to make that decision.
It's always the old adage of be prepared, be ready when you're doing this. And boy, this makes it so much easier for that farmer and rancher.
I I would say that's exactly right, and it's also targeted at those buyers that are maybe not full-time farmers or part-time farmers. There are also folks that are absentee landowners that are looking at wanting to buy buy that 80 or buy that 160 that was they may be working off the farm, and there's somebody in their family that's still farming, and they want to buy the neighboring farm to build into that operation. Frontier Farm Credit and FarmLend, FarmLend.com allows that particular type of operation and that type of investor to be able to be prepared at any time. And one great story that we've already had from one of our customers is the individual was applying at 11 o'clock at night on his iPhone in one hand while he was feeding his little baby boy in his other arm with a bottle. So it tells you kind of how flexible that this particular tool allows folks to be able to do business when they want and how they want.
How quick, and be able to multitask and do so many things that they're able to do too. So once again, that is farmlend.com/get started. Best way to do that and be able to get more information. So if they want more information, if they maybe have additional questions, if they can't find it on the website, they can contact their local Frontier Farm Credit office.
And they're always there and available and ready to help. Also dial 1-844-488-0858. Will help them get the questions and answers that the answers to their questions and get them moving forward.
All right, sounds good. Duane, it's been a pleasure to talk about that, and congratulations, and we appreciate you joining us today.
Thanks a lot, Greg. Exciting times for us and Frontier Farm Credit. Thank you again.
That is Duane Maciejewski, Senior Vice President of Emerging Markets at Frontier Farm Credit, talking about their new product, FarmLend.com. Once again, you can go to the website at FarmLend.com/get started. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Greg.